Hi guys, Tech James here. In this video I will show you guys how to convert multiple disc PlayStation 1 games into eBoot files and then play them on your PSP. So I did make a video similar to this before, but I just showed you how to convert one disc PlayStation 1 games, because if you didn't know, some PlayStation 1 games have more than one disc, and at some point in the game it might ask you to swap to different discs like disc 1, disc 2. I believe the most discs you can get in a PlayStation game is actually 5, so this will work with 5 discs, even down to 2 discs, and you can even follow this along with 1 disc if you wish. So what you guys want to do is just go over to USB connection. Keep in mind you must have custom firmware to do this, but press X, go and connect your PSP to your PC, and I will show you guys what to do next.
So you won't really need to download much for this video. You will need to download the PSX to PSP application. Basically, this is what lets us create the multi-disc games. So just click on download. It's 1 megabyte, so just give it a couple of seconds and that will finish downloading. The next thing you will need to do is find an icon and cover for your game. So this is the game I'm going to use, Chrono Cross. I never really played it, but apparently it's pretty good. So what we're going to do is find a cover image. So you might want to type in like PS1 cover, something like that, and you can just get one of these, maybe like this one. So just right click and obviously save image as, and we also need to get a theme. So maybe if you just put theme at the end of your game and just look for one that looks cool. I've actually already got one. Maybe something like this, just anything that you think works with your game. So once you've got your 2 files, make sure they are JPEGs. You want to go to your PC's downloads folder and just find all your files. So here is my theme, here is my cover, here is the application we downloaded, and then here is the game itself. So if I double click on it, as you can see, I've got 2 discs. I've got disc 1, which is a bin file, and I've got disc 2, which is also a bin file. We also have the Q files in here. We won't actually be needing them, but we do have them. So let's go back to our downloads folder. Let's get the application we just downloaded, right click it and just select extract here. This is just going to put it into a file folder so we can double click to go onto it. This is the program we need to run, PSX to PSP.exe. Double click on this and it will just open exactly like this. So it's going to say, what mode would you like to use? You can go on theme mode or classic mode. Personally, classic mode seems to work for me. Theme mode had a bit of a glitch, so I'm going to stick with this and just click on OK. Now we need to select our game. The first thing you need to do is select the disc 2. Now this does actually work up to 5 discs. So if you have a PlayStation 1 game that has 5 discs in it, you will need to start from number 5 and go all the way down to 1. Seeing as we have 2, we're going to start from number 2. So click on the file 2 disc and then just click on the 3 dots right here. Next we need to find our game, so go into the folder and just select on the 2nd disc. Now just click on open. Also just make sure it's your bin file. Now what we can do, click on the drop down list again, and this time we need to select the file 1. This is our original disc, so click on the 3 dots again and just select disc 1. Now we can start to sort out the game. First of all, we do need to sort out the output folder, so click on the 3 dots. And now just look for somewhere on your computer you wish to save it. So I'm just going to go to my downloads. I'm going to choose the game's original folder where I've got the PlayStation 1 version and just click on OK. So this is where you give the game your title. I'm just going to call it the original name. There's the main game name as well, and you can pretty much leave these the same. Now we need to set up our icons. So click on the 3 dots. This is for the icon image. Go to your downloads folder and find it. Okay, so let's select this one and now just click on open. Next, we need to choose the background image. So just click on the 3 dots again and choose the theme you got off Google Images. You can set up information, music. If you get music, it must be a .83 file. I do not have one for this. We've also got icon animations and boots/warnings. I would probably just leave that. If you really want to do it, it's up to you. And what you can do is click on preview and you will see exactly how it's going to look. Click on the cross, and what we can actually do now is just click on convert. Now this is just going to convert the ISO into the PSP EBOOT file so we can play it onto our PSP. So let's just give this maybe a few minutes. As you can see, it does take its time. It's just coming up to 10%. You have to wait till it gets to 100. So I will be back when it's done. Okay, so it literally just finished. So let's go to our downloads folder and let's see what it turned up like. So let's go here. I believe I put it in this folder, and here it is. This is what it should look like. It should have the game's ID, and if you double click on it, it should have our EBOOT file in here. So what we can do now is actually just copy this across to our PSP. So if you've still got the application open, you can actually close out of it if you wish to, but let's just simply drag and drop this into our PSP's game folder. So just look for the game folder, should be here. Don't rename this file or anything like that. Let's just drag and drop it across. This file is a gigabyte, so we're expecting it to take a couple of minutes, but I will be back once it has finished copying across.
Okay, so now we're back. Let's go and test out the game. So my custom firmware should be running already. So just scroll over, let's go onto our memory stick. The custom firmware I'm using is just Pro Custom Firmware 6.61, but here is our game. If we hover over it, it will come up with our background image, and also we can see the icon on there as well. And what we should be able to do is press X, and the game should just boot up like normal. If you get any errors, it's probably because you do not have custom firmware. So now the game will just load up like normal. You can just play it as normal, but you will actually need to press the home button in order to change your discs. So as you can see, the second option is switch discs. Now it will only let you switch when you're actually supposed to. So if I try to switch right now, it's going to say the game did not prompt you to switch discs. So yeah, the game has to tell you for it to switch discs, then you can actually do it. So I won't be able to play that, it's just going to take ages, but you will it will come up on the game telling you to. You just press the home button and it will let you scroll over to disc 2, or even if you've got more discs, it will let you scroll over to disc 5. You guys should know how this emulator works now. Let's just put it on full screen. But yeah, it's a pretty cool emulator, and this is how you get it to work. So that is pretty much it for this video. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one.